Recent banking scandal has created a perfect storm for China's economy, which has recorded its worst quarterly performance in 2 years. It's the workers who are facing the economic pain.
They're all struggling to find work. These are migrant workers in Beijing. They congregate in labor markets like this, waiting day and night for a job. This man tells me he lost his job because his factory shut down during the pandemic.
He's saying that it's harder to find work, the pay isn't good.
He's been here for 4 days, waiting 16 hours every day in the heat for a job, and still hasn't found one. It's probably because of the pandemic, he says. China's zero-COVID policy has inflicted devastating economic pain, grinding entire cities to a halt for months, shutting down communities over a single COVID case.
And this is the result. This was one of Beijing's most popular bar and restaurant areas, packed with people. Now, so many businesses are empty or have permanently closed down. They're unable to survive these on and off lockdowns with no end in sight.
Unemployment is soaring. People aren't earning as much, so they aren't spending as much. But even saving has become a risky bet. Since April, Brian hasn't been able to access several million RMB that he deposited in a small bank in Henan, China. We are referring to him only as Brian due to fears for his safety.
Was that your life's savings?
Yeah, for sure. I worked almost 10 years, and that's all I have with my family. I'm losing my weight. I'm losing my, my mind.
He's one of hundreds of thousands of depositors, according to state media, across China currently fighting to recover their savings from several banks in rural central China. Many of them, including Brian, traveled to Henan for answers. In June, he says they protested outside the local government building for 5 days straight. Brian traveled back to Henan in July, joining a large-scale peaceful protest. But police violently quashed the protesters. Videos show security officers dragging protesters down the stairs, beating anyone who resisted, including women and the elderly, according to witnesses, leaving some of them injured, bloodied, and bruised. A day after the violent protests, local authorities promised to start giving small payments to some depositors, but it's unclear how many people are eligible and how much they'll pay back.
Are you worried that without this money, you can't afford a comfortable life for your family?
Definitely. All my savings is gone, and I just had my little baby. I have nothing for the family now.
They cry and wail, exhausted. There's nothing these depositors can do. Authorities say they're investigating the cases, but experts worry this is just the tip of the iceberg.
I would be really surprised if you didn't see this spread in a lot of different provinces. The country has enormous debt problems and very slow growth. This is the worst shape the economy has been in probably since about 30, 40 years ago.
For Brian, his vision of China is already shattered.
Suddenly one day, all you earned is gone. Then you will feel that, why do you still fight for it? Fight for the future.
He's hoping to one day leave and raise his child far away from China.